From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, April 3rd, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.61 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,341 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $21, and the average price of Bitcoin is $7,361. Antiwar.com reports witnesses are reporting a large number of civilians were killed in the Kunduz province of northern Afghanistan on Monday following an attack by the Afghan military. The attack hit a mosque attached to a religious school and at least 70 people were killed. Reportedly, the attack came during a large ceremony to recognize graduates of the school and to appoint new mullahs for the religious school. Around 1,000 people were in attendance, and there were speculation that some of the Taliban figures were present. The district governor, Nasruddin Sadi, said there were armed militants present at the religious event and that this was the reason security forces decided to attack. This was apparently done irrespective of civilian danger. The Afghan Defense Ministry told a different story. In keeping with their attempts to manage the narrative on big events, the ministry insists the mosque rally wasn't religious in nature and that it was a Taliban forces massing for a sneak attack. Despite a number of small children and other obvious civilians being slain, the Defense Ministry insisted everyone killed was a terrorist. They also insisted that only 21 people were killed, despite everyone else reporting at least 70. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spendabit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spendabit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co. UPI reports the U.S. Department of Justice sued the state of California on Monday over a law allowing the state to block U.S. government from selling federal land. The lawsuit seeks an injunction against California Senate Bill 50, which requires the federal government to give the state's land commission the option to buy federal land before it can be transferred to another owner because the DOJ claims it is unconstitutional. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said the Constitution empowers the federal government, not the state legislatures, to decide when and how federal lands are sold. California was admitted to the union upon the express condition that it would never interfere with the disposal of federal land, and yet once again the California legislature has enacted an extreme state law attempting to frustrate federal policy. California State Senator Ben Allen, who authored the legislation, told the Washington Post the law was very carefully crafted and intended to ensure that the state would have the chance to intervene if the federal government sought to sell land worthy of conservation. The DOJ argues SB 50 violates the supremacy clause of the U.S. Constitution, which states federal law shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. The DOJ's complaint also listed land transfers by the U.S. Army, Navy, and Department of Veterans Affairs affected by the law. California Attorney General Xavier Becerra said he was prepared, as always, to do what it takes to protect our people, our resources, and our values. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. And as a Bitcoin-preferred business, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday sided with an Arizona police officer in a case testing the constitutional limits for the use of force, throwing out a lawsuit brought against him by a woman he shot 4 times in her driveway while she held a large kitchen knife. Over the dissent of 2 of the liberal justices, the court overturned a 2016 lower court ruling that had allowed the civil rights lawsuit seeking at least $150,000 in damages from University of Arizona Police Department Corporal Andrew Casella to proceed. The wounded woman, Amy Hughes, had accused Casella of using excessive force in the 2010 incident in violation of the U.S. Constitution's Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. In the case decided on Monday, the court ruled in an unsigned opinion that Casella was entitled to qualified immunity, protecting him from litigation because he did not violate any clearly established law. In a dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote that Casella's conduct was unreasonable and the court should not shield him from liability. Sotomayor criticized the court's decision as another example of its unflinching willingness to reverse lower courts when they deny officers immunity. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.